Well, it's been one technological depravity after another. I can't tell what's worse, the artificial software limitations or the artificial hardware limitations. Or maybe just the artificial societal limitations. I don't know. So, Windows has been acting up again lately, and it seems there's been more forced updates. And even if you disable the way that I did it to stop it from basically crashing your system to force, the downloaded shit to install. Um, that it'll still install shit that it doesn't need to restart, which naturally you would have to restart to uninstall. And I've been looking for solutions and I'm just not seeing any. I could do a physical sandbox as I mentioned, and I'm going to do that. I just don't have the ability to do it right this exact moment, capability rather. And so naturally, I wake up and notice my OS acting weird, and yeah, it's always bullshit like that. Part of that is, um, so a year or two back, I think it was like 2 years ago, I was playing Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, and I remember at one point it started to stutter here and there in ways that didn't seem to have anything to do with the game itself. Well, turns out they were silently installing updates, and there became a point where the game just stopped working. It was working just fine. I didn't change anything. Now all of a sudden I have to install patches or whatever to get it to fucking work again. Um, it's like the 0708 patch or whatever the fuck it is, unofficial patch. Well, I haven't played Deus Ex in a while, so I got in the mood to replay Deus Ex. I'm already just about done with Hong Kong. Yeah, actually, I just got back to New York City after Hong Kong because I wouldn't say speed run. I was just, let's say, speed play, right? Like I can go through the game in a few hours of, you know, exploring a little bit, not rushing, not taking my time, but not rushing either, right? But I don't know if that makes sense. I played the game so many times. It's like Soldier of Fortune 2. These games I can just pop up and boom, 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 just play it real fast because I've been playing it for, 2+ decades. But, well, I had sort of indirect proof they changed shit again that they can manage without forcing a restart. Because all of a sudden, launching Deus Ex was just, it was going unresponsive and not actually loading. Now, thankfully, in my case, something I found on GOG actually worked, which was changing the direct sound device to, I think it was set it to false, and then turn on use hardware sound, or maybe it's the opposite on both of those. I don't know. If you look for it, you'll find that somewhere. Like, I'll probably make a post about it to clarify because I don't remember off the top of my head, but thankfully in my case that worked. But it just showed what I'm talking about, right? Like, I didn't change the settings. Why'd they change them, right? It's just weird how they'll just fuck shit up, and it's like now all of a sudden settings that worked before don't. And I haven't tried Invisible War lately, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's fucked up too. So like, there's this one patch for it. I don't even remember the name for it, but I mean, if you look on PC Gaming Wiki, it's going to be the one there. I had to use that to make it work on Windows 7. Okay, well, Windows 11, I have to not use that. And, at this point, I don't remember what tricks I used to get it to work. Um, all I know is the game was not designed for multiprocessor, and it gets a bad rap nowadays. But dude, on Windows XP, it ran like a dream. Not when it first came out, but I mean, that game was advanced for the time. I mean, the technology was from the 90s. You had like NVIDIA and ATI demos back then, bump mapping, all this other shit. But I mean, it took until the early mid 2000s for it to really become feasible. Like, if you compare Doom 3, Chronicles of Riddick, Deus Ex Invisible War, other games from that era, You notice they all look pretty similar, almost the same. Well, I mean, they were designed off of the same feature sets with the same type of video cards. And, the only issue I had with Invisible War, and it drove me crazy even when I was, not a kid, but I was, 13, right? Is when I got Doom 3 basically, the day it came out. Playing on a 9600, Radeon 9600 XT was a little bit not working. The Fear and Condemned demos, which I played to death, weren't running that well either until I got a 6800 GT in 05 when I was 14, coinciding with Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. But, you know, those early games, they ran off of basically the same features. I don't want to get too off track, but so going back to the games, I haven't tried Invisible War yet. I have a lot of games I keep open in Windows, ones that are easy to tab back and forth to, and I'll have them open for months, right? That's how I didn't notice Deus Ex had crashed, because it had been open for 6+ months. I just hadn't checked the tab, but I noticed they had done something to Windows. And my voice might sound a little bit hoarse, but I was yelling, pissed the fuck off, because I have to connect my computer to the Wi-Fi through my phone with a Wi-Fi bridge app, and it's a piece of shit app that has ads, and most of the time you can avoid them, but the problem is it's like it keeps a tally in the background, and there comes a point where I can see on my laptop where the Wi-Fi signal thing will go to 0 and it'll keep disconnecting. And I figured out through trial and error that this fucking app is basically DDoSing I guess DOSing, right? Denial of servicing my fucking laptop connection. It's basically not allowing it to connect until I launch the app in such a way that I have to watch the ads. Okay, well, I might be able to go a week or more before it does this. And at that point, I noticed, keeping a rough count, that I basically end up having to watch enough ads for like 7 days or whatever since it last did this. But it's like it's DOSing the fucking connection, because it keeps dropping out at the fucking laptop. And it'll close itself out and this and that. It just wants to fuck you into seeing ads. And it's not 10 years ago. Like, there are no solutions. Like, nothing that, if it says it's free, what it means is paid by ad views. And, of course, everybody has to suck the dick of corporatism and pretend like they're required to put ads, or like I'm the entitled one for not wanting to get fucked over. And they make search engines useless on purpose, so trying to look for an alternative isn't exactly working. I mean, at some point, I'll figure out something with a second computer, like with Windows 7 or something, connected and bridge to the laptop somehow, or just keep it offline. Because, I mean, I would like to revert back to, a few years ago when I got this piece of shit with 11 on it, but I don't know, it just sucks. And it's like, they will just break shit that was working, and they keep wanting to try to force AI bullshit, and it's not even AI. And, I wrote a thing called Treatise on Invisible War. It's not really a treatise. A treatise is when people say deep dive, like, that's what a treatise is, or like analysis, essentially. But I mean, it wasn't exactly that. I wouldn't consider it long enough or in depth enough. But I mean, if I was going to do that, it'd be, hours and hours, 6 hours plus, probably. I mean, I made a dozen videos probably on it, on a separate alt, That's another debacle of the internet. And, it shows up faster than you would ever think it would. So, I watch basically the same porn. I've had like the same porn downloads for 15 years. Occasionally I'll try to find something else. Dude, I hit like 3 or 4 different porn websites that are wanting to verify age now. And it seems like Pornhub even wants you to like log in. It's like, bro, I'm never doing that. And then the ones that don't fuck you like that, everything is 30-second clips, or they'll trick fuck you with the 6-minute, 10-minute, whatever video that, fades out right at the good part. Oh, hey, pay us and we'll let you see the rest. It's like, nah, fuck you, dude. If I was going to pay for it, I would, first of all, like, who the fuck pays for porn? I hope nobody, right? If I was going to pay for it, why not just pay for the real thing? I mean, I'm not even going to do that, But like, holy fuck, they won't let you have anything in this motherfucking world, right? They already want to, the social depravity. They want to arbitrarily deprive you of love and sex, and now they want to lock down porn. And I use all these apologists that just beg the question. And, they just run with the statism. They don't question on. I seen one guy talking about this verifying shit, talking about, oh, some things make sense, like, age verifying porn, right? We shouldn't be allowing, it's probably, it's harmful to a 13-year-old to see porn or whatever. It's like, bro, I got on the internet on my own computer when I was 12, and, 13, 14, I can say from experience that I was in no way harmed by being able to see porn on the internet when I was 13 years old. All right. I was in no way fucking harmed by that. But that's the thing. They want to rob even that from you. Like, it's bad enough you expect me to basically self-cuck and watch someone else get all the shit, and like they don't even deserve it, right? But like, you want to rob motherfuckers of that too, right? So this is just more anti-male behavior. And, I mean, I see through it. But, like I said, it's just, I don't know. That's an aside. But, like, holy fuck, dude. And, just, I don't know. I've been trying to arrange a couple things. And right before I decide to sit down, one of my shelves is pretty precarious. And, I mean, it's fallen over several times now. Well, even though I had it, what I thought was, basically secured, it fell over anyway, knocked my shit over. This world just loves to pretty much destroy my stuff. And if it can't do it with physical destruction, it'll do it with the software shit, right? Like, there's lots of stuff I had on my external, just hard drives that I'd like. I have programs that are really good at searching, and so if I can't find something, there's only 2 possibilities pretty much. One, I misspelled the file name, or sometimes someone else did, like Road to Perdition. I realized at a point that I kept not being able to find it because whoever named the torrent file named it Road to Predition, right? Shit like that. And then the other option is data corruption. So I figured out at a point that a lot of my stuff is missing probably permanently now due to data corruption that I didn't even see happening in the moment. And then on top of that, you got the Windows, and, now they're wanting to lock down smartphones and this and that. And I'm basically, like, there's going to be a point I'm just going to have to run a live USB I don't know. I'm kind of mass downloading lots of shit while I can. And I don't know. I'm just going to abbreviate this one and spill it into the second video is going to be more straight up about Deus Ex, kind of come back to my point. But it's not really that tangential. It is pretty directly related, but still, I want to try to keep it more on the Deus Ex shit. But this part I'm going to